Yo, what's going on, people? Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't did so yet, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification button. But yo, today we're gonna be talking about inalienable rights, man. The rights that you have as a living man or woman. So let's get into it. Don't want to waste no time. Inalienable rights: a personal right held by an individual which are not bestowed by law, custom, or belief, and which cannot be taken or given away or transferred to another person, are referred to as inalienable rights. The U.S. Constitution recognized that certain universal rights cannot be taken away by legislation, as they are beyond the control of government, being naturally given to every individual at birth, and that these rights are retained throughout life. To express this concept, consider the following inalienable rights definition. So let's get into it. Definition of inalienable rights: rights that are not alienable, rights that are not transferable or capable of being taken away or nullified. Origin: 1635 to 1645, French inalienable. What are inalienable rights? The Declaration of Independence gives three examples of inalienable rights in the well-known phrase life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. These fundamental rights are endowed on every human being by his or her creator and are often referred to as natural rights. Only under carefully limited circumstances can such natural rights be taken away, as people have to have the freedom to exercise them as they choose. The farmers of the Constitution acknowledge that inalienable rights of man in this powerful phrase from the Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident: that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that are among these are life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. While there are, I'm gonna go and cut a little bit more, try to shorten this because I only have so much time. While there are not a specific list of rights that are not considered inalienable in the Constitution, there are some rights that are generally accepted as natural rights of man. The list is extensive, and the following are but a few: to act in self-defense, to own private property, to work and enjoy the fruits of one's labor, to move freely within the country or to another country, to worship and refrain from worshiping within a freely chosen religion, to be secure in one's home, to think freely. The history of inalienable rights. The history of inalienable rights, also referred to as unalienable rights, takes us back at least as far as the philosophy found in Athens in the 3rd century BC. The 3rd century BC, centuries later, as the Age of Enlightenment rolled through the 17th century Europe, as the common people fought the idea that only those born to the monarchy were endowed with unquestionable rights. The concept of inalienable rights was used to challenge the rights of kings. As society progressed, natural rights were used to justify the establishment of social contracts, laws that established specific rights for individuals or groups. Finally, a government to protect legal rights. The concept of inalienable rights have made its mark on the world. Through there has been much controversy and differing beliefs on what such rights are. Philosophers and scholars who held widely differing beliefs generally um, agreed on the one point, that inalienable rights are something that cannot be taken from the people, even at the hands of the government. So you cannot lose your rights, people. You can only lose them by being in an improper status. Universal Declaration of Human Rights. In 1948, the United Nations General Assembly adopted the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The declaration, drafted by committee, directed by former First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt, proclaimed that all humans have certain basic rights as well as inalienable rights. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights created a standard for protecting the rights of all people regardless of the nation in which they resided. Difference between inalienable rights and legal rights. This is what most people have is legal rights. U.S. citizens. American citizens have enjoyed a broad spectrum of rights. The number of rights, privileges, and entitlement having increased over the years since the formation of the United States by the colonists. Not all of the rights enjoyed and accepted by Americans are considered to be inalienable rights, which are those rights that simply cannot be taken from any man. They are instead rights defined by laws created by the government and the people. The difference between inalienable rights and legal rights, which most U.S. citizens have, is that one is bestowed on every human being by the nature of birth and the other coded in law. This is why those traffic stops get crazy, because you're showing a status that you have privileges and you have legal rights. So we are going to go to, let's see. Not here. Where was it was talking about? Examples of inalienable rights. The idea of every person having certain rights that cannot be taken away has existed in the minds of Americans for nearly 3 centuries. The life has become complex, however, and people are both experiencing a violation of their personal civil rights and violating the rights of others in new ways. Court records across the country are filed with examples of inalienable right violations. The following examples involve the rights of an unborn child. So we go on. I'm going to skip all that. I seem like I passed what I was looking for. Let's see. Where was that other spot I was reading? Guess I went too fast, huh? History and inalienable rights. Let's see. Here we go. Exceptions to inalienable rights, by their very nature, have been bestowed by God or by happenstance of birth. Inalienable rights can only be suspended or abolished in dire circumstances. According to the Constitution of the United States and the legal proceedings of the nation, there are certain exceptions in inalienable rights. For instance, a person's inalienable rights may be temporarily suspended throughout a period of due process and trial. For example, John has been arrested and charged with a felony assault and robbery. His freedom can legally be suspended throughout the investigation and trial preparation if the judge deems John a danger to society if let out of jail on bail. In the event John is convicted at trial, and his rights to freedom can be legally taken away from the period he is imprisoned. So if you're out here, harming people or their property, you can be thrown in jail. But if you're out here being peaceful, which we are as nationals, then your inalienable rights cannot be, trampled on. You know what I'm saying? But you have the inalienable rights to travel freely from state to state. You have the inalienable rights to unlimited contracting with corporations. These are the rights that you have as a national. Now, as a U.S. citizen, you have privileges. You have legal rights. You know what I'm saying? Again, this is why you're having so much trouble at the traffic stops. You know what I mean? It's because your status is coming up as property. And this is why they can break your car window, because the state owns it. The state owns your vehicle. You registered with the state. Your title comes from the state. You don't have the MCO to your vehicle, the original manufacturing. What's it called? The manufacturing certificate of origin, the MCO. That's what you need to have, to outright own your vehicle. You don't own your vehicle because when you bought your vehicle, I'm talking on hypothetically, when you get a new vehicle, what they do is they do a switcheroo. When you register your vehicle, they take the MCO, the original the manufacturing certificate of origin, and then they send it off to the state, and then the state gives you a title. So now the state owns your vehicle. So when you get pulled over at a traffic stop, you got the state owning your vehicle, you got the state plates on your vehicle, you know what I'm saying? And that's their property. This is why you have to go get it um you got to get it what's it called? Not registered, but you have to get it inspected every year in certain states. You know what I'm saying? That's why they can tell you what to do, because you gave it away to the state, you know. But if you stay in the private, then you don't have to go through all that. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, guys, if you want to learn how to get your inalienable rights back and become a national, just go to my website. I have tons of man. I got lots of information on my website. Go check it out, man. It would be beneficial to you and your family to go check it out. I have mini courses. I'm going to be working on some more mini courses. You know what I mean? Check it out, guys. Click the link, man. A lot of information, man. A lot of information. But if you want to learn how to become a national again, you know what I'm saying? Click the link in my profile, check out my website, and check out the information. But you have the inalienable rights, man, that cannot be taken away. You know what I'm saying? Cannot be taken away. You know what I mean? Once you get your status corrected back to its original status, you know, um, those rights can't be taken away. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, guys, you have inalienable rights to travel freely amongst the public highways. You know what I'm saying? You have the rights. But yo, that's my take, man. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe to the channel. Please hit the notification button and leave your comments. Peace. I'm out. One.